It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, TGIF. I'm Philip Simon.
It is a pleasure to be back in your company and of course with Phil the man. Phil, how was the week?
You know, it was a long week, actually. I'm exhausted, but I'm excited always to be here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Okay, all right. Well, I understand that. Anyway, I'm going to keep that between us. So I hope that we get through the show quickly and that it is a fantastic one. We think that we've put together a wonderful show for you, so we're looking forward to it. What do we have
We've
coming up,
got a
Phil?
great show. We're continuing the dialogue with the Ministry of Education. We're going to be talking technology and the role that it plays in education.
Okay.
You're going to be talking with Doc again.
Yeah.
Delon Brennan is here to talk about Caribbean Wellness Week. And Eric Carey and Sean Ingram, guy from Wannaloothra, going to be talking about the Lighthouse Point, eh?
Yeah, talking about Lighthouse Point. I'd had a conversation with them early on in the year about Lighthouse Point. So it's going to be interesting to find out what the latest developments are with their cause and how that's going. Certainly in the last 2 years, we've seen a lot of activism in our community.
Yeah.
And then the election came and then the activism stopped. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to see...
But Wannaloothra has been like at
Yeah.
the forefront of, listen, that's...
Consistently.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
a wonderful model. That's a wonderful
Yeah.
model.
So we're going to talk some more to Wannaloothra. In addition to that, we've got Aquinas College here.
The Aces!
The Aces are in town and they've brought a whole contingent with them. I don't know if anybody's in Aquinas today, but certainly they have brought a group that competed in the global round of the World Scholars Cup in Barcelona, Spain.
And all they got is medals, man.
Yeah, they did
almost like
really
dunking them up
well.
there.
So we're looking forward to speaking with them. In addition to that, we've got a Bahamian entrepreneur in the form of Miss Kira Horton.
My friend.
Yeah, she's going to be here to talk to us about something called Bentonite Beauty Clay Incorporated. So we're looking forward to that and hoping that Belinda Wilson will join us. Of course, she is the president for the Bahamas Union of Teachers. We're just going to be talking to her about exactly what's been happening now that the new school year has started, what we can expect from our teachers moving forward, and that type of thing. So we're looking forward to that conversation as
Yeah,
well.
definitely. We got a tremendous response from the back-to-school photos. In fact,
Sure did.
social media got a tremendous response. Everybody was taking photos. But listen, they're all over the screen right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You have Jada Claire from Central Hialeah, Andrew, Andrea, and Andre Cartwright from Faithway Academy, Calais Seymour from Christian Heritage School, Amelia Sweeting, Telios Christian School, Rashad Wallace, C.W. Saya. Did I say it right?
No, you didn't. Sawyer.
Sawyer.
Thank you.
Ahmad Wallace as well from C.W. Sawyer, and Skylar Dorset from the Big Red Machine.
Yeah, all of those. In addition to that, we have Aaliyah Smith from GHS. We've got Bria Smith from GHS, Summer Seymour from Kingsway Academy,
Saints!
Star Seymour from Kingsway Academy, Tyria Cash from C.W. Sawyer, Karen Cash from Tiny Tots Preschool, LaShawn Fox from Yellow Elder Primary, and Antoine Poitier and Regina Stubbs from Claridge Primary.
Poitier?
Well, it depends on,
Yeah.
whether he's going to follow the Sydney route or if he's just going to be Bahamian.
Yeah, Poitier.
Poitier. But listen, I want to find out what the weather is like, Godfrey. I really want to hang out on Sunday. I've got a little cousin celebrating a birthday
Did Boss
Saturday.
did Boss have a birthday this week as well?
Did she?
Did she?
We
She
missed
did?
it.
Thursday, yeah.
Our boss had a birthday
Our
on
boss had a
Thursday,
birthday.
and that's a big birthday.
Well, you know what that means? That's shit cake and
Well,
ice cream.
what I was
We
thinking
too
is,
old for
I thought
cake
you
and
were
ice cream,
going,
eh?
but never too old for cake and ice cream, Phil.
okay.
But I thought you were going to sing a song or something like Happy Birthday. No? Okay, never mind. Happy birthday, Miss A. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for being the visionary woman that you are, and certainly for allowing us the opportunity to host Bahamas at Sunrise. We wish you many, many more years of excellence, good health, and success.
Absolutely.
And of course, I hope that there's a party this weekend, so I want Godfrey to tell me what that weather looks like, and feel free to drop off my invitation right here. Godfrey Burnside is up now with weather.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Bahamas. I'll make sure that you have a good Sunday, Star. But going into the weekend, we do have in our surface chart the combination of a surface trough and an upper level low pressure system over the northwest Bahamas, and that's triggering off some showers and thunderstorms, particularly the Grand Bahama, Bimini area this morning with some heavy downpours. We expect a couple in the capital and across the northwest and central Bahamas through today into tomorrow morning. Some clearing coming by Saturday afternoon. Satellite picture shows that we have a lot of cloudiness over the islands. Anywhere today, we're looking at variable cloudiness with a few showers, isolated thunderstorms, 1 or 2 becoming heavier times. Your daytime temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Heat index 102. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy to cloudy with widely scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms. Again, 1 or 2 becoming heavier times. Low temperature going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados, 84 and 79. In Jamaica, 85 and 75. In Trinidad, 85 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 87 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta, 88 and 70. In Raleigh, 89 and 71. In Miami, 88 and 78. In Dallas, Texas, 87 and 75. And Toronto, Canada, 71 and 63. As we go into the weekend, we're looking again cloudy again tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms. Gradual clearing by afternoon. Then by Sunday, going to partly sunny skies through the beginning of the next week. But by the end of next week, we could probably look at some more showers and thunderstorms. For the most part, temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts her up in your first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. We have the aces in the places. Can I say that?
Yes.
I say that, Madam Principal? Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got, listen, a distinguished group of young people, and of course that includes you, Madam Principal.
Yes, sir.
The Aquinas College team is here that went to the World Scholars Cup this summer. Well, listen, we're going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Let's start at this end right here.
Good morning.
Oh, there we go.
My name is Jasmine Hanna, and I attend the Great School of Aquinas College.
All right.
Good morning. My name is Zari Kari.
Good morning, my name is Tamia Moss. Good morning, my name is Tyrone Strap.
Good morning. My name is Jacoby McKenzie.
Good morning, my name is Dion Strap.
Buenos dias. My name is Dani Morrison.
Good morning, my name is Ariana Millsap.
Good morning, my name is Kanan Cooper.
Good morning, my name is Antonio Thompson.
Good morning, my name is Tariq Chase.
Good morning, my name is Malik Noakes, and I am an ace of Aquinas College.
All right. Miss Knowles, listen, you guys had the opportunity to travel all the way to Barcelona, Spain this summer. Tell us a little bit about what the World Scholars Cup is, and then we'll get to your experiences.
Well, the World Scholars Cup is an extremely challenging competition.
Yeah.
And these young persons will share with you all of the tedious and training that they had to go to in order to prepare for the regionals that were held here in April.
Okay.
They competed against 170 students right here in Nassau. We entered 4 teams, and our 4 teams qualified for the global round in Barcelona, Spain.
Wow.
And we took our 4 teams to Spain, and as you can see, they're laden with hardware.
I'm seeing it.
And as a result of their performance, 2 of our teams qualified to compete in what is called the Tournament of Champions at Yale University in November.
Wow.
But the competition is an awesome competition. Mm-hmm. It forces these young people to challenge themselves academically and to truly become global citizens.
Global citizens all the way from the Bahamas. All right, so who's going to start first to tell us about what it was you did this past summer? Who's got the mic?
I'll start.
You start? Okay, give her the mic.
Good morning, Bahamas again. I'd just like to say that the World Scholars Cup competition was amazing, and it was really, really helpful and informative to me as a young person because I wasn't introduced to a lot of the cultures that were there. There were like over 100 countries that participated in all of the global rounds.
Okay.
And it just opened my eyes to a lot, and it made me realize that there's so much going on in the world, not just involving the Bahamas, but many other countries in general. The competition for me was really, really tough, and it was really challenging because a lot of the material learned wasn't stuff I was learning in school. So I had to gather my resources and gather stuff that I know to help me understand and process all the information. I still trying to realize and understand how I got to my achievements because I personally didn't know at first. It was really scary at first because I was like, I don't know if I could do this. Wow. But with the help of my teammates, coaches, and my principal, they all helped me to achieve what I have achieved today.
Well,
so I want to say thank you.
Excellent. Well, listen, you got a lot of medals as well. I mean, tell us a little bit about what these medals represent.
Okay, that's if I can remember all, but well.
See, that's when you know he's a star. You got to remember all the things.
Well, to start off, the World Scholars Cup, they give you 6 topics. And with those 6 topics, you have to do what is like a Scholars Bowl. And the Scholars Bowl is kind of like Jeopardy. Fast thinking, you have at least 5 seconds to pick A, B, or C. And you do that with the help of 2 other teammates. Other than that, you have the debate.
Okay.
Debate, well, you have a moot and you go against the other team.
And these teams are students from around the world, I would imagine?
Yes.
Okay, wow, excellent.
One of these medals are from here.
Okay.
I was the top debater amongst the...
Regional?
Yes.
Okay.
We also have collaborative writing. You get together with your teammates and you have 6 topics. Each of you have to choose one, and you write how you feel about that topic, and then they pick the best and they let you know.
This sounds intense. It doesn't sound. Was there any fun that you guys had along the way? I mean, all the way to Barcelona, Spain. What was that like?
It was very fun actually because most people from the Bahamas don't get to travel on the whole other side of the world.
Right.
And we were gifted with the opportunity.
Most times, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So when we got there, we experienced a lot. Some of us went on tours. We got to travel in the metro, undergrounds, like the subway, and it was very interesting.
Oh, excellent. Let's hear from one of these young men. The guy, I was telling him this morning, I've been trying to grow a mustache like that for years. What's your name again?
Malik Noakes.
Malik Noakes. Tell us a little bit about your experience in Spain.
Well, I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say this was truly a life-changing and memorable experience.
Yeah.
Coming from the small islands of the Bahamas, being able to travel on the other side of the world to Barcelona, Spain, it was amazing. And the World Scholars Cup organization, it does a great job as creating an environment where it's welcoming. And so many different cultures from different parts of the world can come together under one roof, and everyone can work together and interact. It's really an amazing experience.
Who's Antonio? All right, there you go. Antonio, you guys would have met, I guess, again, students from all around the world. Share a little bit about that interaction with
Okay, with students all around the world, it showed the different learning styles, how they were so different from us and very diverse. Their techniques were very impromptu. Their thinking was outside the box. And their mindset and determination, they were so self-driven to do the best they can do. Like one team, it had 2 people from America and Singapore, and they didn't know each other at all. But they just mixed up, and then they were the top team out of the entire competition. And so that really says something about how people around the world think about how they think and how they academically excel.
Wow. Well, listen, we're gonna wrap up with the principal. I mean, you must be very proud. I mean, if they bounce up and down and here this morning, man, it's like the bells are just ringing. I mean, Aquinas did extremely well, and you must be so proud of them.
I am very proud, and I must say I had a awesome opportunity to spend 10 days with this group of 12 students. No problems at all, except they did not want to sleep.
Yeah, of course.
But what touched me most was in the evenings when we would sit around the dining room table and hear them debate these scholarly topics. And many times I just sat there with my mouth open because I saw the changes, the transformation taking place. And I know that the way they view academics definitely has changed. And indeed, I am proud to be their principal. And I am also humbled that they have afforded me this opportunity to be a part of this experience with them.
Excellent. Well, it says on your shirt, Aquinas creating a culture of excellence.
Because
you are the
excellence
Aquinas.
is our
Province.
and we are Christ-centered and
Character-driven.
All right. Well, who are you?
Aces! Aces! Aces!
That's Kelly over there, just trying to get things started. Listen, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We have been with the World Scholars Cup participants, the Aquinas College Aces. Just big here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
So who really own an Nassau container port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you. I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Lighthouse Point, located in South Eleuthera, is well known for its spectacular, unspoiled beaches and boasts an incredibly diverse and unique terrestrial and marine ecosystem. Currently, the property is under the threat of being commercially developed, and concerned residents and environmentalists are taking action. Now, you might remember this story from earlier on in the year when we spoke with Mr. Eric Carey, who's the Executive Director of the Bahamas National Trust, and Mr. Sean Ingram, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the One Luther Foundation. And we've had Sean on the show several times. But there seems to be some things happening right now immediately that bring this issue to even more of a fore. And so we're going to discuss that this morning. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Always a pleasure to have you both with me because I know that it's something to do with an island that I love. Good morning to all my family up in the Bluff, and then of course up with the environment, which is all that we have as a nation.
Absolutely.
And so I kind of want to find out from you guys, because the last time you were here, you were talking about a petition that people could sign. What is the urgency of the moment right now? What exactly is happening that is making it incredibly important that we ensure that this project does not proceed? What is going on?
Well, what is urgent is that the space is under threat to be changed forever and not used in the manner that we think is sustainable, that provides powerful economic impact for a community that desperately needs it.
Okay.
So we understand that the property, which is about 700 acres, as you explained, one of the most dramatically beautiful spaces left in our country, unspoiled. It's a space that we believe should be protected as a national park, but also inclusive of certain types of zoning that will allow for sustainable development, job creation. So what's at stake is the loss of this incredible space, the opportunity to create jobs and stimulate an entire community that desperately needs it, with sustainable development. Our objective is to convince the government that, don't let this space go the wrong way. Let's try and steer it along the path of sustainability for the benefit of the economy and the people, not just now, but well into the future.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that what we're talking about in terms of development is actually a cruise port for the Disney cruise ship.
Yeah.
And the Disney cruise ship is supposed to be providing a minimum of about 120 jobs.
Yeah.
And so when I hear you talk about sustainable development, I hear you talk about job creation, there are some people that will listen to you and say, well, there are sustainable ways to build ports now. Have we considered that? And 120 jobs seems like a lot. Sean, as somebody that works with the Eleuthera community specifically, what's wrong with a cruise port and 120 jobs? That sounds pretty good in theory.
I mean, first of all, maybe Eric's been to a sustainable cruise port. I've never been on a cruise.
You haven't found one yet? Okay.
Found one. So maybe,
They've improved.
They've improved over what they were. But in 2008, when we first saw the threat at Lighthouse, Bahamas, hotel going there, we responded with a shared vision, 18 months of consultation, what people wanted to see their island, what are the things that people wanted to keep and not lose. And Lighthouse was actually the top of it. It was the top in all of Eleuthera. So if you go from Preacher's Cave in the north to Lighthouse in the south, we created a whole list of cultural and natural assets that the people says should be protected. And at all means, try to find a way that these things bring us economic prosperity, jobs, everything else. So instead of developers coming in and say, oh, I'm going to do this with your property, this land, how do we get ahead of that and says, oh, we could use this land to stimulate jobs. Lighthouse Beach, according to our plan, can stimulate 200 jobs in the economic zone. Where there's eco-lodges, there's restaurants, there's dive shops, there's opportunities for tours.
7-day-a-week jobs.
7-day-a-week jobs. The Leon Levy Preserve is there, the Wayne Eleuthera Foundation runs the CTI, a small mini hotel, Island School. All of these are full-time 7-day jobs that are needed. The cruise ports, usually they're 160 days a year. They're not full-time 300. So when you hear numbers, 120.
And not only are they not full year, they're not even full week. So you're talking about, you're talking about creating 120 jobs for maybe 3 days a week and only 2/3 of the year. So the net impact of that, maybe 35 full-time jobs. So what Sean just told you, our economic studies from what we've projected, could take us up to 200 full-time jobs, in addition to what One Eleuthera is already doing with respect to job creation.
Yeah, I know that they've been doing a phenomenal job in terms of job creation with their training institute, etc. But Sean and you both seem to identify that there is room for zones, right, along Lighthouse Point. You've talked about your own economic zone. And I've heard the government try to kind of sort of talk about a compromise in terms of maybe allowing some sort of work with One Eleuthera and allowing the cruise port. Is there room for a compromise of any kind between the two?
Yeah, so once you get out of your mind the fallacy of a sustainable cruise port, I mean, they don't exist. We're not an anti-cruise, this isn't an anti-cruise ship mission. This is a Save Lighthouse Point mission. And we don't think that the coexistence of a cruise port and what we're proposing is possible, and it's not economically sustainable in this case. So yes, what we think is possible as coexistence is a dramatic national park, and that will not just for the national park itself, but this will draw people to and through gateway communities from as far away, communities from far away as Gregory Town, where the people at the Cove are telling us they want to continue to visit Lighthouse Point. They want this as a part of their experiences. They will stop in all of these communities, Tarpon Bay, Savannah Sound, Rock Sound, Deep Creek, Greencastle. They will stop and have experiences and support restaurants, etc. So the coexistence we think is possible is a sustainable development model. We don't accept in this case that the cruise port is a sustainable option for Lighthouse Point. It is the antithesis of what we believe sustainability is. We've said to the government and publicly that there are other places that Disney and other cruise lines could go. You could maybe partner with Princess Keys, which is just down the road, and use their facilities. Or you could go to Freeport. Freeport's desperate for cruise ships. And Sean's already been up there talking to them about the options of maybe utilizing this interest to fit that need.
Yeah. I mean, certainly, and as a Grand Bahamian, I would support that, Sean, because I appreciate the need. But before we go, because we do have to wrap up now, how can we get involved? Certainly, in recent years, we've seen that the government is more likely to react when Bahamians en masse say, no, this is what we want. So how can people join your cause if this is something that they believe in?
There's three things I think need to happen. Well, first of all, people need to go online and sign the petition, SaveLighthousePoint.com. Secondly, the government needs to zone it as a zone, a sustainable environment zone. And when you talk about mixed use, that's the reason why we moved the port from downtown, because ports don't mix well with people. These type of, you got to zone things and put them in their proper place. And the third thing is, let's have a national conversation about those spaces in our country that needs protection, not just Lighthouse. We're losing a lot of this to big corporate interests, but we have to really be protective of it, and us young people have to come up with smart ways to develop our country and use these things as economic drivers, not just letting other people see us as something that can be poached or taken advantage of.
And I tell people, go and research and see what's been done already by the BMT and the Levy Preserve job creation, Wanalutha CTI, SEEP job creation, CTI Island School job creation, and see that we're not just talking about preservation, we are talking about building a sustainable economy for South Alutha.
All right.
And back to the jobs thing, Star, is every year we've been in, Wanalutha 6 years old, almost every year since then we've doubled our capacity.
Excellent.
So we're at close to 75 people now that are either interns or work for us. Next year that'll be 150. So every year we've been doubling.
Every year since you've been on, certainly you've come back with proof in the pudding. So we thank you. We thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning, and certainly a conversation that we want to keep going.
Sign the petition.
Definitely. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Join us at the 6th Annual Andros Business Outlook at Love at First Sight Hotel in Stafford Creek, Andros, Thursday, September 13th, 2018. Listen to industry experts discuss the theme, Creating a World-Class Andros. Speakers will include Minister of Works Desmond Bannister, MP for North Andros and the Berry Islands Carlton Bowleg Jr., Chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation Michael Coates, Peter Douglas from the Andros Tourism Office, Carlos Mackey, the Principal for Prime Finance and Consulting, Captain Sean Leedon from Andros Outdoor Adventures, and Prescott Smith, owner of Stafford Creek Lodge, plus a special workshop by the Department of Inland Revenue led by Athena Marsh, and a special presentation of the World Trade Organization. Register now at tclevents.com or call 242-322-1000.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We continue the conversation with the Ministry of Education, the Department of Education. We're talking laptops, tablets, Wi-Fi, and pushing us into the digital revolution. That is indeed the 21st century. We're very pleased to be joined by the Deputy Director of Technology and Innovation, Mr. Julian Anderson. Julian, boy, it's been a long time.
Yes, it has been.
Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a new role that you're in. I mean, you're a 30-plus year veteran
yes.
In education, but
yes.
this is pretty much a new role that you've been thrust into.
Yes, I've assumed this position in January of this year.
Okay, and it's the Deputy Director of IT. This is a division that is new to the ministry as well?
Yes, the division is new, but we have had segments of IT within education for years. Right. But we have now expanded that role because of the digital evolution that is taking place in the Department of Education.
Well, speak a little bit to what the role of the department is.
Well, first let me say in 1992, all schools were given internet, free internet, and it was DSL. We're now in 2018.
Yes.
DSL
That's a
has
minute
been
ago.
has
People
been
don't know what that is.
upgraded,
Right.
and so now fiber optic cabling is the mode of access for internet today. And so what we seek to do is to upgrade the infrastructure in all of our schools, and we're laying now the foundation, which is to have fiber optic cabling in all 170 schools throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
All right, and you're doing this in partnership, obviously, with...
Yes, we're doing this in partnership with BTC and Cable Bahamas.
All right. When we talk about this digital revolution, right, what is the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is to have smart schools in each one of our schools where every single process is digitized.
You know, we talk about smart cities, we talk about smart economies, we talk about smart countries, and we're talking about smart schools. I mean, literally, you're not just talking about the end result of the students, but you're talking about just like how you have smartphones.
Yes.
The ability to have...
We're talking about an app where parents can go online using whatever device, be it their phone, a laptop, a computer, desktop, and access the information, enroll your students, see in real time the grades and the performance of your students, communicate with teachers back and forth in real time.
I mean, this is a huge endeavor.
Yes, it is.
And obviously, it's not just involving the students themselves and providing them with the tools, but also with the teachers. I mean, it's a transformation of the approach to education,
yes,
I imagine.
It will impact students, it will impact teachers, and it will impact the parents and the wider community. Because with our schools, we also will be putting Wi-Fi in our schools. And that with the Prime Minister's initiative in talking about communities being smart areas, that will be a hub for the community in terms of accessing the internet.
What are some of the challenges that you anticipate will be?
Well, I don't see them as challenges. I see them as opportunities.
All right.
And so we will have many of those, but we are up to the task to deal with whatever opportunities are presented our way, and it just gives us room for growth.
When we talk about going throughout the length and breadth of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I mean, what's the strategy? Obviously, we're starting here in New Providence, and then...
Well, we're doing it simultaneously with the two internet service providers, BTC and Cable Bahamas. And as you know, Cable Bahamas is in 5 islands. BTC is in all the islands. So what we're hoping, we're mindful that the family islands have been left out. And so we're doing family islands simultaneously with New Providence and Grand Bahama. And our goal is to hit 50 schools per month.
50 schools per month?
Yes, we're very ambitious.
Okay. So, you know, with the introduction of, well, the expansion of the introduction of technology within the schools, it's used as an assistant tool?
Yes,
Does it change our approach to what the curriculum subjects are, the core subjects, or it's just...
No, it just enhances the learning process. We realize that students learn differently, and this will now be able to provide another medium in which we can teach our students, and it also adds added dimension to the teacher. For the first time, teachers can mark their attendance register electronically, do everything electronically. We have not had in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas where over a period of time, every teacher, every student, every officer will have a device.
Wow, wow. And then that goes also true for the students, I would imagine.
Yes.
And we're talking from preschool to primary school to...
Yes, we've already started in preschool.
Okay.
We started with last year with a pilot program where we put 350 tablets, Amazon Fire 7 tablets in the preschool. Within this year, in a few weeks, we will have some 12,000 devices, and by June of 2019, all of our students from K3 to grade 6 and all of our teachers will have a device.
Wow. Julian, what do you see as being, at the end of the day, you know, we talk about, you know, smart schools and smart economies. At the end of the day, what do you see as being the ultimate goal within the Ministry of Education?
The ultimate goal for us, and all that we do, whether it be technology or curriculum reform, we want to have improved student performance. That's the bottom line for us.
Yeah.
And whatever assistance we can give to the teacher, to the student, to enhance that process, we're all about that, and that's where technology comes in.
Well, listen, you remain excited.
Yes, I am.
30 plus years later, man.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on the new appointment.
Thank you.
Looking forward. Please come back and share the progress of the program.
Will do.
with us. Listen, there you have it.
Thank you.
All right, great. We've been with the Deputy Director of Technology and Innovation, Mr. Julian Anderson, on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
At the 15th Annual REVGO Business Outlook. Join TCL Group on Thursday, September 20th, 2018 at the beautiful REVGO Beach Resort to talk about how to boost the island to world-class status. Hear from local industry experts, including Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Michael Pintard, Kerry Fountain, the Executive Director for the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, MP for Central and South REVGO, James Albury, President of the REVGO Chamber of Commerce, Ken Hutton, the Director for the National Insurance Board, Dr. Nicola Virgil Roll, Patrice Roll from Sunshine Insurance, Carlos Mackey, the Principal for Prime Finance and Consulting, Donovan Ingram, the Corporate Wellness Coordinator for Atlantic Medical Insurance, from Graham Thompson, Samantha Williams and Alistair Crisnell, and Kevin Seymour, Chief Financial Officer for Pharmachem Technology GB Limited. The Outlook will also include a special workshop by the Department of Inland Revenue. Register now. Contact Margaret Albury at 242-322-7505 or Winsome Ferguson from the REVGO Ministry of Tourism at wferguson@bahamas.com.
I started in 1974 with the first born Bahamian principal, Dr. John Knowles. I am overjoyed because I've made it to the university. That was something to be proud about because I've seen all the changes from college to university. I am Mary Major Russell, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that you're liking this up-close and personal feel. We've got more to come in the second half of the show. Remember, if you're interested in Save Lighthouse Point, that's savellighthousepoint.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, exciting show. I always get so energized when you have all these students around, the energy. Quietness, man. Listen, Aces in the Place is doing a great job now.
They certainly are. Looking forward to seeing more of our students come throughout the school year. Of course, because this is the new school year starting, we've got Belinda Wilson in the second half of the show.
Yeah.
She's also here with Delon Brennan. He's going to be talking about Wellness Week Caribbean.
Yeah.
And
Kira Horton.
Yeah.
She's going to be telling us about her new venture with Bettonite Beauty Clay.
Yeah, I love to see Bahamians doing their thing in our markets and creating new products that we can all use. So looking forward to all of those conversations. Before we get to any of that, we want to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning, Bahamas. Yes, take a look at weather at sunrise. We're going to take a look around the tropics. A little buzz in the tropic at this time. We do have Florence. Florence was a hurricane, but now downgraded to a tropical storm. At 5 a.m. this morning, the center of Tropical Storm Florence was located near latitude 25.1 degrees north and longitude 50.7 degrees west. Florence is moving towards the west near 7 miles per hour. This general motion is likely to continue for the next couple of days. A turn towards the west-northwest is expected by the end of the week. Winds are now sustained at 65 miles per hour. Little change in intensity expected during the next couple of days. And we also have two tropical waves. Shower and thunderstorm activity associated with an area of low pressure centered about 500 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands has become a little more concentrated over the past couple of hours, but recent satellite data shows that this system will still with a fairly broad and elongated. Environmental conditions appear conducive for development, and a tropical depression is expected to form within the next day or so, while the system moves slowly westward. Over the next 48 hours, 90%, over the next 5 days, 90%. And then we're looking at showers and thunderstorms. They have increased associated with a tropical wave and accompanying low pressure system near the west coast of Africa. Environmental conditions appear conducive for development, and a tropical depression or tropical storm is likely to form later today over the weekend, while the waves moves westward or west-northwest over the far eastern Atlantic. On the local and elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, the combination of a surface trough and upper level low across the northwest Bahamas continues to support showers and thunderstorms, one to becoming heavier times across the northwest and central islands. In your marine forecast, winds southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas. Those winds falling light and variable at times. East to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Saturday and Sunday, those winds become variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 for the northwest Bahamas. Southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeast central Bahamas. And east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. We are asking residents in the Maguana, Crooked Island, Aucklands, and the Turks and Caicos Islands beware of some swells, large swells, over the weekend, and moving into San Salvador, Cat Island, the Lucero area, Abaco, by late Sunday into Monday through the week as Florence moves across the Atlantic. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 18 minutes past 11 this morning. Next high tide will be at 5:39 this afternoon. Low again tomorrow morning at 5 minutes past midnight. Sunset 7:20 this evening, rises tomorrow at 6:53. UV index 8, your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon phase now moving towards the new moon. For the weather look, another partly cloudy to cloudy day tomorrow, but by Sunday we're looking at partly sunny skies through early next week with a shower or thunderstorm possible. Daytime temperature reaching the lower 90s, at nighttime in the lower 70s. That puts around me fun look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Bahamas to Sunrise will be back after this short commercial break.
One thing, two things, blue thing, whole things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your REVGO Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're so happy to have Dr. Delon Brennan with us. It's been a while since we've seen him. He, of course, is the Acting Chief Medical Officer at PMH. And tomorrow, Saturday, September 8th, is Caribbean Wellness Day 2018, focusing on the theme, Healthy Communities Preserving the Workforce. We're going to find out more about that and all the activities they have planned. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Star. Thanks.
A pleasure to have you back with us. I want to get started right away by finding out, what is Caribbean Wellness Day?
So Caribbean Wellness Day was it's sort of an agreement that the countries of the Caribbean, the heads of government actually came together on at a meeting in 2007 where they came up with the Port of Spain Declaration. And they said we need to spend some time focusing on healthcare, but specifically non-communicable diseases, because as we've progressed through the most recent decades, we've seen a growth in the numbers of patients or just our population that has diabetes, hypertension and heart disease, cancers, and the like. And so what we needed to do was put pay specific attention to our issues, and we needed it at the highest levels of government. So it was actually our heads of state that came together and signed this agreement. So since 2008, we've had a day, the second Saturday in September, to start a celebration. And what we did is we launched it as the Caribbean and then the entire Americas. And so now it's become a week of activity. So now we have the Wellness Week in the Americas, where the entire Latin America and the Caribbean focuses on how do we get our populations to be healthier, moving from one year to the next.
Okay, all right. So you talk about celebrate, and so what are some of the things that you can expect to come through in this week? Will we be celebrating the full week here in the Bahamas, and what will that look like?
Yep. Our plan is to really just launch a campaign for us to find health sustainability for the entire year, but we want to focus it on this week. And so what we have is we have themes for every day of the week.
Okay.
So as we launch into each day, there'll be a new theme. So we're actually starting with our themes on Monday.
Okay.
And so the Monday theme is Meatless Monday.
Okay.
So we want to get people in the understanding that you can at least have one meal per day that doesn't have some sort of animal or meat product in it. And we want you to get to the point where at least one day out of the week you have no meat or animal product. It tends to lower your cholesterol. It makes people feel better because you have a much more regular digestive system. And so, we would love for people to have truly a plant-based diet, but we know more and more we need to get people to transition to at least having some meals each day or each week that don't have some sort of meat product in it. But that's just Monday. Tuesday is sort of testing Tuesday, so it's a know your numbers. Find out what your blood sugar is, your blood cholesterol, your HIV status, your weight, your BMI. We want people to know your numbers because you really can't assess what your risk is for some of these chronic diseases until you know and you've been tested. So it's getting those ideas to say, make it a part of your regular routine when it comes to health, to getting that done. There's Water Wednesday, obviously more water intake. We have an interesting one called Twinkle Toes Thursday. And we want people to just realize that in your daily activity, just getting up, getting out, walking around, stretching, some people dance. There's lots of other ways to get physical activity in other than going to the gym and exercising. Just find a unique way to be able to get some physical exercise in during your normal, regular daily activity. There's Fruitful Friday, there's Sugarless Saturday, and Sunday is just Sunday Sweat. Again, we want to sort of make it a communal activity. We want people to be able to get together as groups, whether as families or within your own community, your organizations, and just get together and do physically active activities to get people moving and realizing getting up and getting out and getting moving can be fun, and you can join in with other people and wherever you are in life.
Okay. I mean, it certainly sounds like a fun week, but how can the community fully engage you? Are you doing a platform online? Will there be ways for people to show photos of them, maybe twinkling their toes? Talk to me about how the community can actually be involved with what you're saying.
So we want to really get to the point where instead of having individual activities at one place and that being kind of the end of it, we want to launch this into sort of the cyberspace and the internet. So we're using social media as the Ministry of Health. It'll be on our website. We're using other government ministries like agriculture. We actually have two themes for a Saturday. I forgot. There's a seedling Saturday, so we want people get into growing their own fruits and vegetables and herbs and the like. And so we have Ministry of Agriculture on board with their backyard gardening themes. So we're actually going to have a launch every day of different videos that kind of show you how to do some of these activities. And then we want you to give us some feedback at how you did it as well. So it may not look exactly the way we have envisioned it or put a video out for it, but then you can give us some feedback. We can kind of put some compilations together to be able to share with others in the community. We have people who are involved, the senior citizens, those in workplaces. We have the Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled. We want to show wherever you are in life, you have the ability to be able to be up, be active, be healthier. Just start where you are and just each day progressively get better. But we want to share those stories. So social media is going to be our big platform, whether that is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. We have all those platforms to be able to do so. So if you look at the Ministry of Health's website, that's a good place to start, and then we'll just sort of try to broadcast it, get it out to our social media partners and other partners within the Bahamas, and just get people to understand that health is really a choice, and we can do it from wherever we are. You don't have to look a certain way or do it a certain way. Do it your own way. Just each day continuously get better as we do it.
All right. Well, I'm excited. Looking forward. Meatless Mondays. We're going to start with that first challenge.
Exactly.
I think it's always good to start yourself off on a challenge, but it will certainly be a fantastic opportunity for all of us to get engaged and to just start doing something to make our lives a bit better. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got Phil upstairs with a new product that is sure to make you as beautiful on the outside as you are on the inside. Here is Phil.
Thank you very much, Star. We've got a beauty to talk about. Beauty once again on Bahamas at Sunrise. We have the lovely Kira Horton.
You are so gracious. You always make me feel like a superstar.
And you are joined by PJ
Yes.
Cooper Jr.
Yes, a local celebrity.
Local celebrity.
Yeah. Local celebrity.
So listen, we're not talking golf this week, but we're actually talking you. We're talking entrepreneurship. We're talking bentonite beauty clay. I mean, hey, man, you're doing it.
I am trying, Phil. I'm really trying.
Yeah.
And we're talking on, I guess, the heels of golf. Last week we had the 4th Classic for the BPGT.
Yeah.
And Bentonite Beauty Clay is proud to have been a sponsor
All right.
for the event, as well as a tour partner for the remainder of the 2018 season. But Bentonite Beauty Clay is what we're talking about this morning.
Okay.
And the line is fabulous.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, well, tell us, I mean, what does the name mean?
Well, bentonite is actually the name of the product.
Okay.
Every ingredient, every product on the listing that we've been going through before the break has bentonite in it, bentonite clay.
Okay.
And the bentonite clay is indigenous from only 4 regions in the world, and it's primarily about 94% of the world's resources is mined from Fort Benton, Wyoming, hence the name bentonite.
Okay.
So it's an aged volcanic ash that has been touted as a miracle and healing agent. It's naturally fortified with over 100 minerals, supplements, things that these very large cosmetology companies, they add these ingredients to their products. However, bentonite is naturally occurring, and you can't do anything. You can't manipulate it. I can't add magnesium or potassium or silica and all of these healthy agents that are found naturally in it. It's just a healthy product.
So then tell us about the products and its uses.
Oh, wow. Well,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. There's a growing line.
Highlight a couple of them for us.
Yes, let me hit, I guess, the biggest ones. On the top shelf, we have the serums, and that is for everybody, from the babies to your grandmother, husbands, wives, your kids, adolescents with acne and aggressive breakouts.
Oh, that's a big market.
But not only that, in our tropical climate, we have a number of, I guess, locals that suffer from aggravated skin conditions, psoriasis, dermatitis, eczema. And the sun here, just the heat and the sun aggravates it. But these serums have proven to not just, I guess, relieve the itch, it heals the condition. It's healing to the condition. Right now, Phil and I are working together. He's one of the first faces of Bentonite Beauty Clay. And we're doing a campaign for the 3-step skincare system. So that's for everybody, for men, for adolescents, for teenagers, for you, for me, for everybody. So you need to get in on it as well. We have a shave salve that is just for, it's not just for men, but it's inspired by men. And it comes with an original badger bristle shave brush, and it gives that nice thick lather that men are comfortable with for your hand razor. So the rash that you get, or the razor bumps, the ingrown hairs, it's healing and corrective to that as well.
Well, listen, Phil is here. I mean, Phil, which one of the, the face, right? So which one of these particularly to use?
I like the full body soap, which I normally use just for my face. And I use the serum afterwards as a healing mechanism that I use. I put it on my face and go to sleep. I wake up feeling refreshed. So it's really, really good, and it takes years off you. I've been in the game a little while now.
Younger, right?
Yeah. We actually admitted that.
Okay.
But from the mask, we have a pre-mixed mask. There's the toothpaste, the whitening toothpaste is amazing. The cleanser, the deodorant, just everything to remove the toxic buildup from the entire body, primarily through the hair and the skin.
Well, listen, that's a lot of stuff. But, where can we find all this here?
Oh, wow. We're now hitting more retail spots, and we're getting more market presence and visibility. So you can find us at BAMSI. You can also find us at Monty's Beauty Supply. So the products, actually, I was just there on Saturday. Somebody called me yesterday. They went to get the toothpaste. There's no toothpaste there. So
you got to make it back
I have to make sure. But the toothpaste is really, really whitening everything from the first time that you use anything in the line. You're going to see and feel a difference.
And it's all natural.
All natural.
All
Everything
natural.
is organic, 100% all natural, non-toxic, you know,
And-
and a fraction of the cost
and a
that
fraction.
all of these other.
I was about to say, what,
a
what is the
fraction of the
cost? A
cost.
fraction of the cost. All
A
right.
fraction
So
of the
obviously you're in Bamsey, you're Monty's Beauty Supply, you're Solomon's Fresh Market.
Actually, we will be there tomorrow from
Okay.
8 a.m. until 5 p.m. So you can catch us at Solomon's Old Fort Bay.
Okay.
Come on down. Let's talk about detox.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the products. And let's get you on a regimen to stay beautiful.
On Facebook.
Yes. Facebook, Instagram, follow us, like us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for various promotions because we're going to start doing some more marketing and direct stuff in the marketplace so that you can get involved and increase the awareness of the brand.
Now listen, Kira, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for
PJ,
having me
good
so
seeing you
much.
again, man. All right. Bentonite Beauty Clay Star, back to you.
Thank you so much, Phil. Well, I'm here talking with Belinda Wilson, who is the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers. We've been spending a lot of time talking about our students, and obviously we're very happy that they're going back to school, but we also need to make sure that the teachers that are taking care of them are in the best position to do so. Well, we're talking to Ms. Wilson about that this morning. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning, thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. The 2018-2019 school year has begun. We have students back in classes. Are the schools ready?
Well, for the most part, the schools are ready. You know, there's approximately 179 schools or institutions or programs, and for the most part, everybody we're on a good start. We had one or two hitches, but for the most part.
Okay,
they're
excellent.
moving.
And so there were, about a week ago, you were on the news and you were talking about the fact that the minister and the prime minister had gone on the school tour and had not done so with the union president. Is that normal, or is there some sort of agreement in the bargaining agreement that says that you ought to have been there? Talk to me about
Well,
that
Article
specifically.
7.8 of our agreement speaks to when there's an official tour of the schools that the union, no more than 5 of the union officers would accompany the ministry officials at the visit or the tour. And I would, especially them touring schools such as A.F. Adderley and Eva Hilton, which was still under construction and actually is still under construction, you would think that they would want the union to be along with them so that when there are any challenges that may have arisen, you would be able to speak with the union right on the ground and you'd be able to devise a plan as to the way forward. But I must say, though, thereafter, a few days thereafter, I would have accompanied the Minister of Education along with my area vice president for New Providence, Mr. Vernon Rogers. We accompanied the minister to about 5 schools.
Okay.
So we were able to collaborate on some of the challenges, and we were able to see what was running smoothly. So they were able to make up for that.
Okay. Do you think that we are looking forward to a year where the union and the government are kind of working together? How do we see that happening?
Let me tell you what happens most of the time. A lot of times people say the union is complaining, but we're not complaining, you know, we're representing our members. And you can imagine if you are on the job and there are some obstacles or challenges to you performing your duties to the best of your ability, and you as a teacher were to call your union and we do not respond. And so what they have to really appreciate is that we are there to represent our members, to ensure that their rights are protected, to ensure that they're working in a safe and healthy environment, and all of the fight that we bring, or all of the times that we would raise the issue of things that are not going right. It's really not for us, you know. It's for the nation's children.
Right.
Because if you don't have sufficient desks, you don't have sufficient chairs, then where do the students sit?
Right.
If there's construction going on a site and there are TA tractors and backhoes, if a child gets hurt, then it's on us.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is we talk about prevention and we try to give recommendations as to how something can be done in a more efficient manner. And that's our job. And we make no excuses for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an important job to have, right? Teaching our children is the most important job in this nation. And certainly there should be support for that in many ways.
And you know, a lot of times when we really cry about it, just the basic necessities, you know.
Yeah.
The teachers want to get into their classrooms. They want to have sufficient desks and chairs. They want they want paper for the copy machine. It's not for them. It's for the children's work.
Right.
They want ink in the printer.
Right.
They want a computer for them to be able to use. So it's basic things that which are tools that will assist them in their instruction.
I hear you talking about some basic things, and yet early on today we obviously spoke with the Ministry of Education about this idea that they would want technology in all of the schools. They want smart schools, and they've set a deadline for that. How do you feel about that? Is that a plausible goal, and how are teachers feeling about the goals that the ministry is now setting?
Teachers are very supportive of having smart schools. However, the concerns are, if you say that you're going to computerize or you're going to use technology throughout the Bahamas, then we're of the view that teachers should have been trained prior to the implementation. We are also concerned when you talk about a 19th century school, schools that were built 40 years ago, 35 years ago, then we're concerned about the infrastructure of those schools. So can the school, is the school electrical system able, yes, to carry the load in which you are, I guess, proposing, because we don't have any documentation in front of us as to what the strategic plan is for the rollout. So that's what we're asking for. And then we're also saying, if you are rolling out a new program, in addition to the professional development and training, then the union as a partner, as a stakeholder, should be at the table assisting you. The teachers who are computer literate or computer teachers, they would be able to lend their expertise to what it is that you're doing. So we're hoping that we will get the information and we will be able to collaborate and to give our input as to how it can be rolled out. And so that is where the union and the ministry or the department a lot of times buck heads, because the minister would articulate a policy or a program that's going to be implemented. However, but we're sitting and saying, hold on, it's the teachers who have to give this instruction. It's the teachers who have to ensure that the tablets are working. It's the teachers who have to use the tablets as a tool or the computers as a tool. But who is talking to the teachers? No one. And so whenever you have a top-down approach, it does not work, because the people on the ground must buy into what it is that you're selling.
Well, very valid points always with you, Ms. Wilson, and we look forward to hearing how you all continue to work together throughout the school year. Certainly wish and give our best regards to all of our teachers going back, and trusting that things will be put in place for them to do the best job that they can. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you, and welcome back, teachers.
Welcome back, teachers. Wonderful words to end on. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, whole things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your REVGO Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
to Mike Tyson. Thank you so much for joining us today on Bahamas at Sunrise. Just saw one of my cameramen pass a move.
I see that, right? Yeah.
You know,
This is for you, by the way.
Oh, that's for me.
Yeah, got some Kira.
Ooh, fancy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Bahamian entrepreneurs.
Loving it. I'm so proud of those students. I was talking with them again downstairs.
Yeah, they're awesome. And of course, we had Belinda Wilson. Wonderful show. Looking forward to many more to come. So we hope you will join us on Monday.
Monday.
We'll have more for you then. Make it a wonderful weekend.
212.
212?
212.
Channel 212.
Yeah.
Up one on the dial. Bye.